Hello and welcome to Clan Meeting. In this short video, we are going to quickly discuss about the methods that are available to you within your meetings for further customization. We have already looked into properties and we saw how we can use those to initialize our meetings with our preferred settings. Methods can be used in a similar manner and also can be used to change the meeting behavior while a meeting is already in progress. Methods are easy to implement. So to demonstrate that, we are going to use the same file that we used to demonstrate the properties section. So let's do that. Let's go to that file. So the first method that is called on the meeting object is meeting.start method. So this is the method which is used to initialize a meeting, to start a meeting. We are going to copy this part right here, and on page load after meeting has been started, we are going to add rest of the methods. So let's do that. Just to give you a quick overview of what we are trying to do here is, first we are defining a meeting joined event. We are attaching it to the meeting object. So whenever this participant joins the meeting, at that time this event will be emitted, and this event would in turn call back this listener. This meeting joined listener is a callback function which will get triggered in response to the meeting joined event, and when that happens within this callback function, we are executing all our methods. So let's remove this for now and change the display name of the participant to Jane Doe. So initially we are setting, using our display name property, the name of this user to John Doe, and using this method we are setting it to Jane Doe. So let's see what happens. So this is a very basic example. This might not be an actual use case for people, but it is just to show you that based on certain events, you can trigger certain methods to get executed. So let's save this file. We are going to open this now. And once we join meeting, allow. As you can see, the name has got updated to Jane Doe instead of John Doe. And this happened dynamically once the meeting was joined. So that's how methods work. There are a few important things that you need to know before you can start working on these. So the first is that there is a host method. So how is it different from a simple method is that it requires moderator privilege to get executed. So for example, enabling lobby is only available to hosts and not to participants. So if participants try to execute this method, it will fail because the participant doesn't have the necessary privileges to execute this. For executing host methods, the implementation remains quite similar. The only difference is within this meeting joined listener callback function, we also listen on the role change. So as soon as a participant joins a meeting and their role is upgraded to that of a moderator's, we listen on that event and then we execute the relevant host methods. Also, most of the clan meeting methods support method chaining. So you could chain multiple methods together with dot notation one after another, and these would get executed in that order. With each method, we have defined these flags. If a method needs a host privilege, this would be set to true. And if this method supports method chaining, then this flag would be set to true. Then there is this last bit about asynchronous and synchronous methods. So the methods that are marked as async will return a promise and will fetch you a value after some time. So if you are not familiar with the concept of asynchronous methods, what you need to understand is if you implement these methods and you execute them, at the end of the execution, if you are waiting for a value, then this is the notation you could use. So after the meeting, you attach this method, and in this then block, you will retrieve this value. And if you try to just execute this and get the value right away, you will get a promise instead of the value that promise is supposed to return. So please keep this in mind.